Morning, today is June 16th, 2026. And present with us is the GIS Director, Melissa Morris. Melissa, do you want to give us an update in your department, please?
Well, it's still pretty much just NG 911. Because it's being phased in over several years, it's kind of an ongoing. It's not like when we've done 911 updates in the past where it was like 6 months of work and then you were done for a while. This is an ongoing thing. So it's tons more data than the old 911, which you're familiar with, that 10 maybe data fields that would go in. There's like 30 something of them now. So I should have brought a printout for you guys.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
more information, huh?
Yeah, and it's much more detailed. And then I'm hoping eventually we'll be able to supposedly we'll be able to tie photos in.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be really nice when the guys are responding to the trailer parks. And so I just made signs. So we have unit numbers on the trailers now, which we didn't have. City of Boulder initiated getting that done. But then when Dave's trailer park sold, new management wanted, I just got done making them some big signs that say units this way, units whatever that way. So hopefully that'll facilitate emergency response.
Are you pretty much doing Boulders, or are you starting here and then working your way towards Whitehall and then up north, or?
Boulder has the biggest trailer parks. We
Right.
don't really have any up north. Whitehall basically has one that's very small. Well, we do have the one in the north. We have the Delwo or whatever.
Oh, Delwo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
So, which is also very small.
Clancy, very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing we did, which is new, is that because we have large numbers of people now living in campgrounds year round, I worked with all of the different campgrounds to get site numbers assigned. Basically, I requested their campground maps. So we now address campgrounds the same way that we address trailer courts. And we have more campgrounds than you would think. And like the one down at Cardwell is like 80.
Is it 80?
Yeah, 80 slots. It's huge. That's not the new one at Pipestone, which is, I don't even know. Yeah.
Right.
And so Cardwell, I was really surprised because I didn't realize they had.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And so, but part of what's contributing to that is they have a lot of tent sites that don't have like hookups.
Oh, sure.
So they're just.
Okay.
So I went ahead and addressed those, although that's kind of. I mean, they're probably
never down though.
Yeah, you're never going to get the numbers used for tent sites. Unfortunately, I don't think we have people living in tents. So I think, yeah. So.
Then you're saying about Pipestone, is that you're working on that, or is that up and coming?
We've got that one done.
Oh, you got that one done.
Yeah, that was actually the first one.
Oh.
That and Alhambra. So Pipestone, the reason why that was first was when they were going through subdivision review, Ladana,
right?
Yeah. And so then Alhambra, which is the one where that's primarily where we have year-round people. And so I've been working with him and with the post office, because then getting people's mail delivered to them is also an issue.
Right.
So if they're year-round. So that's been a fairly time-consuming project, getting all those done. So yeah, it pretty much has been 911, and then I update the online maps. And
what part are you working on right now as we speak?
With 911
or any of it?
So 911 right now, so the numbers go into Entrado, which does the MSAG. And so our Entrado stuff has been around for a long time. And when Carl put numbers in there, he would, put like enough room in the MSAG that, if the road got expanded,
Oh,
he'd put like, he'd put the range was like, the address range was 1 to
Oh.
100 when it was really 1 to 50. And so the problem with that is on the guys' laptops, when they're driving down the road, the laptop says, oh, I'm in the middle of the road. The range is 1 to 100, so I must be at 50.
okay.
They have the little readout, your little readout on the bottom that says where you are on the road. But the problem is, if the road only goes to 1 to 50,
Right.
and you're in the middle of the road, it should be saying 25.
Mhm.
So a ton of those, I'm working through those. And then we have other validation issues with those. A lot of addresses were assigned before they directly correlated to distance. And so I have a lot of out of sequence things that I'm trying to resolve. People are really resistant to having their addresses changed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can get pretty ugly.
It's still giving the coordinates and stuff though, right? That part of it?
As far as I know, yeah, I haven't actually looked at any of the recent updates for what it looks like in the cars.
Okay.
So, one thing that's really good, Chad Cross has been my liaison over there.
Mhm.
And that's been really useful because before my liaison was not somebody that was ever out on the ground.
Oh.
And so it's worked, and he just kind of took it on himself. I don't think it was
Mhm.
ever assigned to him.
Mhm.
And so in the past, I've been working directly with dispatchers because they look at the map, but they don't know how it functions out in the cars. So there's lots of moving pieces
Yeah,
there.
right.
So it's really nice to work with Chad because he knows dispatch plus cars.
Okay.
So that's the big. And we're just, I keep thinking, well, I should be done by now. And then, the next
it's
phase comes
Gonna be
up.
an ongoing thing.
And I kind of informally changed, in my emails, it says GIS coordinator rural addressing. And I've swapped out rural addressing for NG 911. Because a lot of times when people are contacting you about stuff, they're looking for the 911 person, not necessarily the addressing person.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that just clarifies things a little bit for
Good.
people who are,
Yeah.
And so,
Is there anything going on right now that you're sort of bumping up against the wall that you're trying to overcome, or is it pretty much just a slow process and things are working out, or?
It's just slow.
Okay.
It's tedious. And the thing I've found is that sometimes by 4 PM, I have to switch to something else because I'm making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's that's my big obstacle, is definitely like by Thursday afternoon,
Oh, yeah.
my brain's just
Understandable.
done.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of what's going on there with that. So.
You got any questions so far, Corey?
I don't know. Good conversation. It's good to know what you're doing over there.
Yeah. Yeah. I apologize if I'm using terms.
No,
That-
you're doing fine.
I would like to see one of your updates though sometime, what you're talking about, just an example.
Oh, yeah. Well, and if you want to stop in, it's hard to kind of like print it out for you.
Okay.
So if you stop in, I can show you.
Drop in, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I actually think it'd be good because you and Greg are familiar with the system. I think it would be good for you to
Yeah, I need
see.
to be updated, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I didn't completely finish my thoughts. So now what I'm doing is going back and correlating the MSAG directly to my map.
Oh.
Because before they did not have to match perfectly.
Mhm.
Now they do.
Oh, nice.
And so, if it went into the MSAG as Centennial, but with no street designator
Right.
on it, now that will come back as a problem.
Oh.
And so,
all right.
yeah, that will come back as invalid.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of that, or things like mountain, sometimes mountain's spelled out, sometimes it's abbreviated.
Yeah.
And
So that's
which
gotta stay, you gotta stay consistent, is what you're saying.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
So there's thousands of these little
Yeah.
mismatches that were never an issue before.
Mhm.
That I'm now going through, and that's what I'm working on right now, is making the MSAG match. So normally to validate my data, the state has some online tools you can use. They're pretty bulky. For $750, I can get an extension that'll run right in my mapping software.
Mhm.
So I'm in the process of purchasing that.
So that'll be an asset for you.
It will, and the other thing is that, like, right now, to run it through the state validation software, I have to do like the whole map.
Oh.
And when I have it on desktop, I can just do pieces of it.
Sure.
And I like having that feedback sooner, that this isn't working or that isn't working,
Right.
or if I have something I'm not sure how it's functioning, I can just run it through and get a yes or no without having to go through the state thing. I have to use a tool to export the data. It has to go into the state stuff because we are still using Zerker or
Mhm.
Central Square or whatever their name is. We're still using those legacy fields.
Oh,
So they make all kinds of problems when I'm trying to run it through the state validation. So it's a lot easier if I can just, run that out of my
yeah.
desktop. I think it'll make things a little more efficient. And because this is an ongoing thing, I think it's a worthwhile license to add. So,
Sounds
And-
like it.
yeah, and the people up at the state that I work with,
Mhm.
they have it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's, a good idea.
No, so if you had any questions or anything, you guys are on the same sheet of music, so. Okay,
Yeah,
makes sense.
so, yeah,
I think it'd be it would be more timely for you in the sense that you don't have to spend all that time. That'll be a little quicker if you have that, right?
well, and it's a couple less steps to have mistakes.
Okay,
And so anytime you can streamline something, you're taking human error out of it.
I understand that.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Wow, thank you.
How tough is the carpet replacement gonna be for you?
well, because it's the squares, I don't think we're gonna have to, empty the entire room like we would have
Yep,
if it was,
cheap goods, yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about getting that. I get a lot of comments from people coming in about,
How shabby the floor looks.
well, just how shabby that whole downstairs
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it'll
And-
mess it up.
Yeah, so I'm just, piece at a time.
Yep.
We're just trying to make things look a little better. So, yeah. Yeah, we're really happy about that. And they let us pick the colors, so,
I wanted to pick it, but they wouldn't let me.
yeah. Well, we just really wanted, for some reason, I tend to get a lot of visitors that track in mud. And so I just really wanted something that would show that less.
Yeah,
So
yeah, anything with a little bit of,
pattern,
Yep.
yeah. And then I know because that basement used to flood all the time, I'm sure that carpet that's in there is moldy.
yeah, probably so.
And so I think that'll be really good to get that
Yep.
out of there.
Yep, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I think that'll make, I just get so many comments in there, and I like my office, but I mean, even that one guy came in and said, I don't know why I'm paying taxes if they can't give you a better office. And I'm like, it's okay.
I like my office.
I like my office. We're not high on the list of priorities for maintenance, but
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
yeah. So,
And I talked to Melissa about the pots and pans that she bought.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
Told her in the future, kind of a borderline purchase like that, let us know or ask somebody and.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do it.
Well,
that way.
because there's not been an issue with that in the past.
Right,
And I didn't think it was borderline because I was replacing stuff
right,
we already had. It was a safety risk.
yeah,
So I thought it was important to get that stuff out of
Right.
there. But yeah,
I'm trying to work on a policy that not only includes food, but food items that you would have in a kitchen, whether it be a toaster oven, whatever, just so it's black and white.
Yeah.
When you guys are wanting something for your kitchen, okay, is the county responsible for this or am I responsible for this? I'm trying to get something, and that includes food too, because food is kind of a gray area where can I buy food for my get together or can I not buy food for my get together? It's always,
Oh, it depends.
it
Yeah.
depends, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a policy together so everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what's expected, and then we don't have those snafus, so.
Yeah, cause it's never, I was flabbergasted that got flagged
Yeah.
because that's never been an issue
Yeah,
in the past.
It's not just your department, some others it started from is what happened without them checking and then next thing you know, of course.
Yeah.
What's this?
yeah,
So,
Yeah,
yeah, we gotta try to be as frugal with the taxpayers' money as we can and stuff, some stuff would, if I was a taxpayer, it would red flag me, so that's why. a lot of
well,
things-
and I did a little informal taxpayer survey on that. And, including the 4 taxpayers in the building.
Mhm.
And obviously we were all fine with it, but everybody that I talked to, I had 3 people say they thought it was ridiculous that the county wouldn't, I mean, it's $35.
Right,
And so, yeah,
talk to them
Yeah.
after their tax bills come out.
yeah, well, what I hear complaints about is like, the ARPA money that went to Leonard's fencing company
Mhm.
to remodel a building. That's the kind of thing people are upset about.
Gotcha,
And that's what I hear, taxpayers.
yeah, I would have never known that. Though.
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I stayed away from the ARPA money, I could have collected ARPA money, but I was like,
yeah.
I'm not
I,
gonna put myself in that.
not that many
position.
people wanted that museum,
Right.
so,
Oh, that, yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but. Yeah, we're the decision makers and it was all put into tranches that we had to spend it on certain things. The Western Legacy Center was one of the economic development. Projects that we had, so there wasn't really anything that I saw ARPA go to that I regret anyway,
okay,
but
yeah,
everybody's got their different opinion.
yeah, yeah,
Thing, Melissa, that I didn't understand is the pots and pans. I didn't know any of that kind of stuff existed or that kind of stuff doing that. So for me, I would have questioned it too, not knowing what you guys do over there.
Well, and what happened was that years ago, I'd gotten permission from Corey to buy a 2-burner hot plate for over
Okay.
there.
Mhm.
It was, I went to use it, it smelled really bad. Because it was 2 burners, it had always kind of been a hazard, like reaching over top of it.
Mhm.
So what I did was I did some research, I replaced it with an induction burner. But induction burners have to have specific pots and pans.
Mm.
And Amazon had them on sale. It was a $99 set of pans on sale for $35. And I'm like, yeah, and the other pans we had in there had the cancer causing nonstick.
Mhm.
And I thought, well, we can get those out of here. We can improve the safety overall in the kitchen. And I'm not gonna name any names here, but I even asked a member of a local family that tends to be extremely critical of government, what her opinion of that was. She said she thought it was great. So I was just curious. Yeah.
The breakdown was the communications, because I didn't.
Yeah.
uh,
The other thing that's been a concern over there is that, and part of the reason why I did that with county money and not my own is because maintenance has said if anything gets left in that sink, they're gonna throw it away. So like half of our plates have disappeared, most of our forks, and it's not like we leave stuff there. Usually it's just something that's soaking overnight. And so, I'm not really interested in spending my money to equip the kitchen if it's gonna get pitched.
Mhm. Well, it's
And-
communication there too. If something's like that's happening, we need to know so we can tell maintenance to knock it off. There's no reason for that. I mean, if it's sitting there for days and days,
No,
then they should be communicating to you, hey, this has gotta go. It looks like crap, whatever,
yeah,
not just, tell-
well, I did let you know.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago,
Mhm.
yeah. And so, yeah, if we can get that straightened out, then Michelle and I both, will get some other basic stuff in that kitchen, but I'm not gonna keep buying forks so they can get thrown away.
Right.
And so, and personally, I don't see where leaving a fork in the sink is a big deal.
Yeah.
And
Well-
either, so Thursday, the last day I'm in the building is Thursday. And, usually what I do Thursday afternoon, because we never know if Bruce and Michelle are gonna be in on Friday or not. Thursday afternoon, I always go through the whole building, make sure all the doors are locked. In case nobody comes back till Monday. Michelle and I clean out the sink. I always make sure the sink is clean.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, yeah. Nothing's there longer than that.
Sure. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, if something's soaking overnight. But at the same time, I guess we need to talk to maintenance. Maybe we can have a meeting with them and then just coordinate so you guys aren't bumping heads over there.
Yeah,
Maybe as simple as saying, maintenance, don't worry about the kitchen. Maybe they can do the floor, but the countertops, the sink, all that, you guys take care of that, cause that's your stuff. And if it gets to be a mess, then we'll have to figure out something else. If you guys take care of it,
Yeah.
like you do anyway, so.
we do. There's never, I mean, that when Leah and Lindsay were moving out of the building, some dishes got left in the sink because there was chaos going on.
Mhm.
And maintenance got extremely upset about that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
stuff happens, sometimes we're in the middle of doing something, we get a phone call we have to deal with.
right,
Sometimes somebody puts something up there and forgets about it. But yeah, I would think the preference for that would be, talk to somebody. Not just throw it away, or don't clean the sink if there's stuff in there.
right, I just leave
Yeah.
it alone. And-
My thought is if there's a plate and a fork in there, pull them out of the sink, clean the sink, put the plate and the fork back.
That's
So,
very unsanitary, Melissa.
Yeah,
That's kind of gross, actually.
what?
Just don't clean the sink. If
Just
there's
leave
nothing,
it.
Just leave it.
just leave it, yeah.
And that's not, that's not unsanitary?
Well, what I'm saying is you put dirty dishes back into a clean sink, that's,
You might as well not clean the sink.
you might as well
but-
not clean the sink.
Well, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I think it should be, if you guys are using the sink and the counter, you guys should maintain,
Yeah.
maintenance can just look the other way, do the floor.
Maintenance never touches any desktop in my office at all.
Yeah.
And they don't touch our microwave and they don't touch our refrigerator. They just
So
don't.
we'll talk to maintenance about it.
Just got-
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's fine with us. We vacuum our offices because they only vacuum once a week, so.
Yeah.
Anytime we get anything in there,
Right,
Yeah,
that's no problem, we can get that fixed.
Or I guess I'd say if you foresee an issue, then let us know or something, just email us or going, hey, this is because this came up, this is where we're at with it.
yeah.
I don't foresee it going on all the time that way, I mean, but
Well, and I did bring it up to Corey quite a while ago,
Okay.
so. Back when it was initially a problem. I
You
did,
good with that, or would you rather she let us know?
Oh, we're good with it,
You are,
we'll just tell maintenance, don't.
I meant
touch
the email, I should
countertop.
send it to you, you want us to,
Oh, it doesn't matter, Melissa and I talk quite
All right.
often, whenever she
Yeah.
has a problem, she knows she can come talk to me.
that'll work,
She's not afraid to come talk to me, so.
yeah,
we're good then. On that.
yeah, it's just, that's still an ongoing thing, but yeah, we're fine
Okay.
with,
I mean, if you're good with it, I'll just tell Pat, just don't worry about the sink, you can go in and mop the floor if that's what you normally do, and
yeah,
leave
sink
the
and
sink and
counter,
countertop, just leave it. And,
yeah,
cause that's not really in the public view anyway, I mean, I don't, even if it was a mess, I don't know, I mean, somebody would probably see it eventually, but you guys wouldn't leave it that way anyway.
no, we never have, like I said, there was just the one time where there was a bowl in there that.
Yep.
And nobody ever did take ownership of it, we still have it.
Have fun now.
Right?
It's sitting off the side all moldy.
No, no, I cleaned all those up, and I kept trying to figure out if because I was sure that bowl had to belong to Leah or Lindsay, because I hadn't seen it before, and it was a nice china bowl, and I'm like, they probably want that back. But they both said it wasn't theirs, so we don't know,
Appeared out of nowhere, huh? Huh, maybe it's maintenance.
I don't know.
Something I saw in your email, but I mean, just so you know, cause I know you don't know, so But I know when that was mentioned about the pots and pans, I think you mentioned about the elected officials and stuff, that's for the luncheon and stuff.
Yeah,
Everybody has had is conscientious about that, so we researched it, and you can add to this if you want. And we found out that how long they've been doing this, they actually got a, what do you call it, a men, or a.
Resolution. Resolution.
Or what?
Resolution.
Yeah, resolution, I guess, that,
50 years.
they've been doing it for a long, long time. I know you don't know that. I didn't know that either as a deputy.
I'm just saying what,
Yeah, the officials.
Yeah.
we were talking and, you know,
Oh, I know what
what
you're
was said
saying.
to me is how the taxpayers
Right.
pay this, and I'm like, well, we got all this other stuff that's
Right, I know, I understand where you're coming
much
from,
more
you
expensive,
know,
yeah,
it's just that I understand, because there's places where we don't have enough communications going in this whole, all these departments.
yeah.
The people, if they got a question, need to know.
And that's something else with the kitchen, that's exactly right along those lines.
Mhm.
Is that we do try to have building, you have 4 incredibly stubborn people in that building. And we try to do group lunches
Oh,
fairly often. And we usually cook something, we all collectively bring an ingredient.
Mhm.
And it just kind of thinks, and Corey can tell you the history of that building because somebody's always, well, I'll put it this way, you got 3 postmenopausal women over there. So having our lunches to communicate with each other keeps things from like festering until they blow
oh,
up.
sure, you bet.
So I don't think us, you know, us doing that is down the same line as the meals you're talking about. The difference is we're not buying food. We bought one set of pans that'll probably last 20 years as opposed to food that lasts.
No, see, I didn't know any of this until you explained this.
Yeah.
Of what's going on over there, you guys, have your meals over there.
We
Made it
do.
sound like it was one-sided.
Yeah, no, it's always a very fine line in that building because of the personalities.
Mhm.
I think it's really, of which I am one, I will own that. I think it's really important that we do that. And so, yeah, Corey can tell you there's been no end of wars over there.
Been pretty quiet lately, Melissa.
It has been extremely. Well, and I think that's it, is because we have made an effort to communicate
Mhm.
Well, that makes a
That's a
huge
big
difference.
thing.
more. Yeah,
Big
and
thing.
yeah, and just having,
Everybody feels like they're part of it.
yeah,
That's what you want.
and it does, because what happens is you have 2 people over there, of which I am one, who will let stuff fester.
Mhm, mhm.
And then you have 2 other people that will ignore everything.
Oh,
And so, when you have that many type A's in one spot, you're gonna have blowups.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's just better to kind of plan for it and have that, and I think it's worked really well.
just keep that channel open, that communications, that'll work well, like you're saying,
Yeah,
just cut off and people wonder what that person's problem is or what's going on, and the next thing you know, I hate to say it, there's someone that going on, well, yeah, what's her problem? Well, yeah.
well, and yeah, and that's a lot of what it is, I think, is that we just all stay on the same page.
Right.
And somebody can say, well, this is really irking me, and the other person says, oh geez, I didn't realize, I'll stop.
Mhm.
So that wouldn't happen without our little
Exactly.
group.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is kind of a powder keg over there sometimes. And so, and like I said, I'm share equal responsibility in that. I would say you could split that between all 4 of us.
Joe can only come out and see some light sometimes instead of being down in that hole.
She got a window.
I do
I
have a
don't
window.
remember, does she have a window?
She does.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
Pat took that, it had that horrible juniper that blocked it.
Oh, yeah.
And he took that out and put a nice little flower garden in there, so I can actually see what the weather is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it is good
Good.
to go upstairs. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think it's all 3 of us or all 4 of us are people who will get so involved in a project that we forget to take breaks. So I think that's another good thing about kind of doing the building stuff is,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
otherwise the downstairs people never see the upstairs people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
So.
Exactly.
but yeah, So,
Ready to shut her down,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman?
Worth it.
You good, Melissa?
yep,
All right.
yeah, I think if you guys can clarify with
No, we haven't
maintenance.
forgotten about you. I mean, even if you're down there, I still know you're there. I was used to go down there.
We kind of like that we're, it's kind of annoying for me to get or interrupted, sometimes when I'm in the middle of stuff. So it's good, like if I were in the courthouse, I would not function.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't function well at all
Understood.
over there.
Nope.
So we like that we're kind of out of the main
Mm-hmm.
traffic
Yes,
pattern.
ma'am.
So
Mhm.
are we off record?
Not
Yep.
yet. I will be though.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna give you a health update, but